be here on Thursday with you Thursday peeps. So remember, go into our classroom and go to classwork stream. So it usually comes up to the regular stream. So let me just show you the calendar. I forgot that. So today the gold people are doing the Half-Life Lab, getting the data. And green cohort, you're supposed to be working on the explorelearning.com activity that I got you hopefully registered for yesterday. And if you didn't get registered, I'll put the code up again and you can hopefully get into that easily. So the activity that you're doing at home and then you that are here will do tomorrow or Thursday or both is this. So this is a copy. Everybody's got their own copy. My internet is super slow today here at school. Are you guys having that in other classes too? Seems really laggy. Anyhow, so there's some questions to answer to start with. What particles make up an atom? What's found in the nucleus? What ones have charges? Hopefully you all know that right away. Which particle, and then you're going to play around with the actual game. So the gizmo looks like this. So remember, you go to www, all of you here, do that right now, please, www.explorelearning.com. And again, yesterday we enrolled, so hopefully everybody's got their class code. I'll have to look up fifth periods here in a second. The fifth period, the code is, in case you didn't get on, I think we were kind of short time. Code is BLRLD. Okay, so that's the code for our class for you to enroll, and you have to set up your own account. Hopefully most of you have already done that. I'm going to log in as myself. When you get in there, hopefully you come up with the fifth period chemistry class, and there's 2 items in there already. We're going to do the top one called isotopes. So you launch that just to let you take a peek at it real quick. And then this is the graph that I showed you. It looks a lot like the graph that we had on, oh, is that yours? You're having a rough day, huh?
It's a mess. I can't think what to do.
You're going to play around with this activity. So the first thing it tells you to do is put 1 proton and 0 neutrons. Of course, that's hydrogen. Most of the hydrogen in the universe, 99.9% of it is hydrogen 1. No neutrons. And so you'll see over here on the grid, there's a blue dot. And at one point, not early on, but in part B or C, you're supposed to save the points. And this is what you press. And then you add a neutron. Oh, and there's another blue dot. And you can save that point. That's hydrogen 2, deuterium. Add another neutron. Boom. Uh-oh, the dot went to green. If you look at the key up at the top here, it means it is radioactive. That's fine. That's tritium. Okay. So those are the isotopes. The hydrogen, you can play around with it as well. You will be playing around with it. Another thing I want to show you is on this right-hand side. So again, neutrons are on the Y, protons are on the X. On the right-hand side, you can make the grid fit more elements up to element 70 and then up to element 120. I think that's as far as it goes. Well, it has to be because there's only 118, right? Okay, so we're not going to play around with that too much, but you can do that. Also, this camera takes a screenshot, and you can insert that if you need to, okay? Neutron-proton ratio, it can show you that. You can change the ratio number. So anyhow, most of the time you won't need that. So that is the gizmo. And this is the document you're going to follow the directions on. Last thing I need to show you on this before I get to the lab is right here on number 2. There's a pencil. So when you click on this, click edit. Are you looking up here? So this edit button will allow you to type into those boxes. They're like little text boxes. So then you can type into it and save and close, and it'll put it into your document. I think that's the only place on here where you need to do that. All the others you can type in. What else? What else? What else? Oh, one more thing. I could not, for the life of me, figure out how to do isotope notation. So this is just like the homework we did last week or the week before, where we put in protons, neutrons, mass number, isotope notation, and symbol. It doesn't have you do electrons. But this one I couldn't figure out how to make it stack. So if you can figure that out, let me know. Don't worry about this column if you can't figure it out. Okay, and then the rest of it, you just follow the directions and do the stuff. Okay. Questions from the home bodies? Questions from the people here? Any questions about what to do on that? All okay? I'm sure you can probably figure it out. Class code again is BLRLVN. BLRLVN. Boom. Okay. It says it doesn't work. Did you guys work? Oh, it's not LVN, it's LNV. I'm so sorry, I transposed. Dyslexia, my bad. LNV. Yep. Thank you. My bad. Try that. Las Vegas, Nevada, right? Las Nevada, Vegas. That's what happened, I think. There we go. Try that one. See if that works. Yay. Okay, cool. All right. Helps to read things correctly. All right. So that takes care of the online activity. And then for those of you in, oops, that's physics. Sorry. That's you. There we go. The other item that's in our classwork is the lab. So if you would open that up, you should see this document. And what we're going to do is use Skittles. So those of you on Thursday will get a cup and a bag of Skittles. Those of you today will also get a cup and a bag of Skittles without, well, get Skittles without a bag. Just to save some plastic from going into the garbage. So what you're going to do is we're going to pretend we're going to do a probability exercise. You've probably done this before in a math class somewhere along the way with coins, or they make little tiddlywinks that have different colors on each side. You are going to hopefully have answered the pre-lab questions already. You're going to, once you get your Skittles, get a piece of paper towel and pour the Skittles out onto the paper towel. The first bag I opened, they were smashed to smithereens. There's lots of broken Skittles in there. So if you get some Skittles that are really broken up, please make sure you pick out 50 that you can see the S on, and then just eat extras. I try to overfill the bags for those of you on Thursday, so you have lots. All right, so you're going to get to 50 of the Skittles, okay? So the other ones, eat them, put them aside for later, whatever you want to do. Right? So we're going to start with 50, and we're going to pretend that they're radioactive. Of course, they're not, but, well, they are a little bit. Everything is a little bit, but you're going to shake them up and then pour them out, okay? And you want to be careful not to dump them because they bounce and they fall on the floor, and then you can't eat them, and they go in the sink, and then you can't eat them. More importantly, you can't count them. Or maybe more importantly, you can't eat them. I don't know. So spread them out, and then separate out the ones that are still with an S. Okay, you keep, this is really important, keep the S's, eat the blanks. Okay. And don't put them back in the cup. Okay, put the S's left over, put the S's that show up, put back in the cup, and do it again. Okay. So first period had a little trouble. They kept putting all 50 back in the cup, and it wasn't working very well. So what you're going to do is everybody starts with 50. You're going to predict how many should be left. Well, what's half-life? What's the definition of half-life? How long it takes for, oh, those are pre-lab questions. It's also that you have a vocabulary sheet. You can look on there. What's half-life? Anybody? Half its original value. So if you start with 50, how many should be left after one half-life? 25. So that's your prediction. You put 25 here. Okay. If it's not your prediction, put something else here. Okay. And then you're going to shape the 50 and see what you get. Are you going to get 25? Maybe, probably not. Okay, it's possible. Somebody in second period got 25 exactly. Most everybody else did not. Okay, and that's fine. So you're looking for the ones that have the S showing. Okay, if they're blank, don't use them again. Put them aside, eat them, split them up with your lab partner, or whatever you want to do. Okay, so let's just say you got 30. Just make believe. What would you? So that means that 20 decayed, right? What would you predict would be left after the next shape? 15. You get the idea. Say, and just see what happens. It may or may not follow the pattern. Chances are you will not need all 10 half-lives. You might, but it's not likely. And then when we're done, I'm going to pool the data. We're going to put the data into this chart together, and we'll pool all of the class data to see if we get close to true probability. It's just like flipping a coin. You know, it's supposed to be 50-50. Half the time you're supposed to get tails, and half the time you're supposed to get heads. You have to do it a lot to get exactly 50%, okay? Because it's possible to get all tails or all heads. It just depends. All right. Questions from the homebodies. If you're not, if you're a complete distance learning, then you can use your own Skittles. You might have some at your house after Halloween. I don't know. You can use M&Ms if you have those. You could use pennies. And if you don't have 50 of anything, just do 5 times 10 or 2 times 25 or whatever. Get enough shapes and stuff to make the data. And if you can't do that either, let me know and I'll give you somebody's data for your team data. All right. Questions from the homebodies, the distance peeps? Okay, you're free to go then. Have fun, be good, be safe. I'll see you Monday. Be good for the sub if you're here on Thursday. All right, those of you that are here, let's talk about our lab. Okay, so here's what you're gonna do. Who's missing? Whose partner was Tyler? Oh, you get to eat all the Skittles for yourself. It's really not that hard to do by yourself, but it's just expensive if I gave everybody their own food. So, what you're gonna do is go get a piece of paper towel, one of your partners, and lay it on the counter, and then the other partner come on up and it'll put up some Skittles. Yeah, just paper towels at the back. These are my desk. All right, so I'm going to get some gloves. So don't contaminate the Skittles. You guys get into the good bags. There's not quite anything else here. Whoa. That's still fine, sorry. And then the paper cups can just go in the trash when they're done, or you can carry your Skittles around in them, or whatever you want. Should be good. All right. See, she doesn't know what she's missing today, man. Should be 50 at least. So again, find out how many you got. If they're more than 50, that's fine. Just eat them, set them aside. And then you're going to record the data in, writing in the lab.